He and a group of 11 others created fake websites for well-known companies and banks to steal credit card information. In early 2020, the police in Dubai burst into Raymond's apartment in the early morning. During the raid, the police found an impressive stash. They discovered $37 million in cash in the home, most of which was stuffed into suitcases.
Yeah, and guys like that, guys all over the black world, but Nigerians have a reputation for being in the scamming business.
It sounds like he was
Yahoo boys, if you will.
scamming corporations.
Right?
I'm not mad at that.
Right, yeah, but you know, they like to make an example out of people like that. You know what I mean? Especially if they look like us.
Top hill, just subscribe.
Let's get to it. 3, 2, 1. Top Hill, episode 217. Welcome to another episode of the Top Hill Live. This is your boy, Mr. Top Hill Live, a.k.a. E-Money Boss.
And I am D. Carmen.
D. Carmen in the building. Round of applause. We back. And welcome, guys. Welcome to another episode. Let's get my girl right on the line. Get right into it today. Hey, FYI, this is Imani and Carmen. This is episode 217. You let the people know who you are and what the show is all about.
Hi, everyone. Welcome to episode 217 of the Top Hill Live Show. I'm FYI, your creative voice assistant, here to join your fantastic hosts, Imani and Carmen, as we continue our exciting journey together. Our mission is to bridge the gap between African cultures on the continent and in the diaspora, diving into music, real estate, culture, and much more. We're dedicated to celebrating diversity and fostering a global community through enriching conversations and live reactions. Whether you're tuning in from Lagos, London, Johannesburg, or Jamaica, this show is designed just for you. Join us as we explore trending topics, share unique experiences, and fuel our passion for traveling to Africa. A heartfelt thank you to the Top Hill family for your unwavering support. You make each episode vibrant and special. And a warm welcome to our new viewers. We're excited to have you with us. Let's dive into episode 217 with enthusiasm and discovery. Now back to our amazing hosts, Imani and Carmen.
Thank you, FYI. Okay.
I feel like we got a good thing going right here.
Yeah, for sure. I do not know where we're going to go with this.
You said let's go? Okay, boo. Just give me a second, okay?
Nigeria, we're still here. Now,
5 minutos.
this is actually an interesting topic. I've been kind of curious about this myself. I noticed that a lot of black Americans, they go to Ghana, they go to South Africa, they go to Kenya, and other places. But there is a strong, Nigerians have a strong culture, and Nigerians are all over the world. There's a lot of Nigerians in America, right?
Right.
But I don't
Especially
see...
in DMV.
Yeah, in the DMV, New York, like Houston.
East Coast in general.
Yeah, they in Houston too, heavy.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, there's a lot of Nigerians in Houston. But for some reason, we don't see as much tourism from black Americans going to Nigeria compared to the other countries. So there was a video done about it. And shout out to the YouTube channel Kenganda, Oshu, Duke Jackson. Shout out to Mr. Duke Jackson, man. Another African YouTuber. He's from America, but he's based out in, I believe, Uganda right now. And this channel is kind of like Kenya and Uganda content together. But he does a lot of content on what's going on in the Pan-African news and stuff like that too. So haven't reacted to a channel on him for a long time. Wanted to get back into it, and want to figure out what the heck is going on with Nigeria and black Americans, or black Americans not going to Nigeria as much.
I have a good idea.
You do? You want to save it for the end, or you want to give your opinion now?
I'll give my opinion now, just in case I'm wrong.
Yeah.
But I know, at least for me, like, I just wasn't well versed in the diaspora.
Yeah.
To be honest with you, like I would know like the great stories and experience you would tell me about, but I was thinking like I don't know, just automatically thinking like, oh, okay, well, nice tourist areas. People are pretty like cool in certain areas. You get what you pay for type situation.
Yeah.
Not the entire spectrum of each country and how unique they are and how modern they are and how beautiful and what type of experiences I would get.
Yeah.
So, I was definitely a mud hut believer.
Right. Yeah. And that's not a fault of you. It's just our culture. Unfortunately, our media forced this into all of our brains. You know what I mean? For me, it's a little interesting because Nigeria, specifically, is the most populated country in Africa. Has the highest wealth in terms of GDP, the most money. And the city of Lagos is literally like African New York City on steroids.
Wow.
And let me find a better picture. So like, Lagos is a very big city, right? Let me see. And there's a lot of futuristic things happening because this is where Echo Atlantic is.
Right.
So, we've seen a couple of videos about Echo Atlantic in Lagos and what they're building here. You know what I mean? They got the capital city of Abuja as well too. Abuja is their capital city, but a lot of the wealthy people live out here. So Nigeria has a lot to offer, even in terms of tourism and stuff like that. But it just doesn't seem like it's. Damn, what the heck is that?
I was gonna say, what's that?
Yo,
I ain't never seen that before.
yeah, like
Is that a mountain?
it looks like Stone Mountain on steroids.
Yeah, like is that just one single mountain?
Zuma Rock. What the heck is?
Oh, it's a rock.
It's a,
That's where Patrick lives.
it's a nice rock. Hold
Yeah,
on.
right. That is a pretty nice rock.
It's nice. I got a nice rock.
Can I build a house around it?
So yeah, I just happened to be on Google. I've never seen this thing before.
And it has a face on it?
Oh shoot! What the heck is going on here?
Why is this the first time I'm seeing this rock?
Right, like what the heck? All right, so okay,
I feel like I've seen said rock before. I just didn't
Yeah.
know where it was.
interesting. So I want to know answers, y'all. I want to know why not as many Black Americans are choosing to go to Nigeria. I'm curious. So let's get right into the video. If you guys are new here, don't forget to like the video and subscribe to the channel. Greatly appreciate it. Let's get into it.
So earlier today, I came across this video called Why Most Black Americans Don't Move to Nigeria. This is created by a channel by the name of Lolop Effect. And wow, it's a very interesting topic, and I want you guys to go and look at his video. It's very good, but I don't want to source any content from his video because I don't want to be a grifter today. I'll get back on my job tomorrow. But I want to tackle this from a perspective of me visiting Nigeria and me giving the honest opinion of what I feel. First of all, Nigeria is the most talked about country in Africa with the most clout and the most prestige for the most part. It's the biggest economy, it has the largest population, and it has some of the most talented people in the diaspora and on the continent. And Black Americans,
Right, we didn't even talk about the Afro beats like Burna Boy, Tim's, DeVito, like Wizkid. Like they got a lot of tell me more.
who I would classify that as African American or Caribbean Americans, or sometimes even Black Canadians, what might even fall into that group, if you will. Not really, but they could. Why are they not picking Nigeria? What is the issue? First of all, in his video, he mentioned that Nigeria gets too much bad publicity. So whenever things happen, you see situations like this.
You talk of Nigeria as a country. If you are putting it on a scale of 100, corruption is about 95%. In every endeavor in Nigeria, that is the truth. In every ministry, in every public parastatal, public company, public organization, the whole purpose is whenever you are appointed, you see how you can take as much as you can. And it is becoming more and more difficult to get patriotic Nigerians to even occupy those positions. So where are you going to get the people that will come and say, no, I want this thing to stop? Number one, because if you get those people, they will not last. They will either be killed or one thing or the other will come and they will be removed from that place.
All right, you see something bad that happens in Nigeria, and then he mentioned that the U.S. Embassy says, hey, listen, you guys need to tread lightly going to Nigeria. But the United States also has very negative things happening, like this school shooting.
Moments after entering the courtroom, Ohio school shooter TJ Lane took off his shirt. Underneath was a T-shirt with the word killer handwritten on it. It was similar to what he was wearing when police arrested him in February of 2012 after he opened fire in the Chardon High School cafeteria in northeastern Ohio. Lane killed 3 students and injured 3 others.
More like a recent, I thought.
Right, that's what, yo, God,
2012 is gracious.
2012 is insane. Like, we get mass shootings
at least once a year.
Yeah, once a year. And let me show you how frequently we get U.S. What did I type in before?
Oh no, I meant school shootings. But,
okay.
Mass shootings, though, no, that's like,
yeah, like
it's anyone's guess.
So in 2023, well, let's go with what we have.
Pandemic had people losing it.
Right, it was going off. 647 in 2022, 690 in 2021, 610 in 2020. Like, it scalably got worse. I don't know about. Let's see, in 2024, how many do we have? Okay. Little. So, wait, is that 2023 still?
Yeah, I was gonna say they must have jumped up.
You know, it was a political year, so they probably try to hide the numbers. So we may not get that till a little bit later. But as you can see, there's a lot of freaking mass shootings. But U.S. school shootings. School shootings so far in 2024. That's insane. That's actually crazy. But yeah, so America has violence problems for sure. You know what I mean? So when other medias and stuff like that talk about like how dangerous other countries are, and when we see things,
it's like the calls coming from inside the house.
Yeah, it's like, bruh, we see stuff like this all the time. So, so yeah. And of course, I think I just clicked X on that video. All right.
If the world was ending, would you cry or would you try to get me? Tell me now. I need you to be clear, yeah.
And injured 3 others. And he pleaded guilty last month.
But then nobody says, don't go to America, right?
Exactly.
Absolutely not. We still go. People still want to visit Europe. They have all kind of attacks too. People still visit. So is it the bad press about Nigeria that keeps African Americans going from Nigeria? I don't think that's the case, because we pretty much would feel that all bad press about Africa would come from maybe the white media. So those of us who are interested in going in Africa would not really consider the bad press, because we all know everything is black has bad press. So I don't think that's typically the issue. Number 2, Nigeria has too many scammers. We've all heard about Hush Puppy.
Raymond Abbas, or Hush Puppy, and the insane way he lied to the world and landed himself in prison. Raymond gained a lot of followers by presenting a lavish lifestyle. As his social media account began to grow, so did his plan. He and a group of 11 others created fake websites for well-known companies and banks to steal credit card information. In early 2020, the police in Dubai burst into Raymond's apartment in the early morning. During the raid, the police found an impressive stash. They discovered $37 million in cash in the home, most of which was stuffed into suitcases.
Yeah, and guys like that, guys all over the black world, but Nigerians have a reputation for being in the scamming business.
It sounds like he was
Yahoo boys, if you will.
scamming corporations.
Right?
I'm not mad at that.
Right, yeah, but you know, they like to make an example out of people like that, you know what I mean? Especially if they look like us. That is interesting too, like, and you know, we just did a video on Mauritius and how they could be, you know, racist against black people. There is a negative connotation to about Nigerians, even in Africa. Like, even when I was in Kenya, they told me about like how some of the police would discriminate against Nigerians. South Africa, I hear the same thing, that Nigerians get a bad rep in South Africa. So it's like they have really bad branding. You know what I mean? Like, they have a beautiful side, a beautiful culture, of course. Like, even in America, like, there's so many Nigerians who are very wealthy, hard workers, like doctors, lawyers, you know what I mean, going that route and stuff like that too. And of course, the entertainment industry, from all the artists that we mentioned. But it's just that other sector that you know, does the scamming or whatever. Just not all Nigerians are scammers, but that's how they're like.
We got
portrayed.
scammers here though.
Yeah, America, white people, the biggest
scammers running the country.
Yeah, that part. Sign up to our Patreon.
Yes, that is something that I have heard, but for the majority of us, like, look, if you come from Black America or anywhere in America, doesn't matter the race, people scam everywhere. Right. People scam in the European communities. People scam in any communities where there's humans. People are scamming. So I don't think that's the real issue for, you know, African Americans not wanting to visit Nigeria. That's not really the case. 3, Nigerians just don't like African Americans.
Cap.
That might be something that people would consider, although I still think that's also a very weak argument. There are people who just don't like you, period. It's some people I don't like. I don't even gotta talk to you. I don't like you. So it has something to do with, you know, Nigerians have a beef with African Americans, and that could be here or there. But people have, you know, one Nigerian friend, will have a white friend. You know, there are people that you're gonna like in any culture or situation like that. That's not the real reason, though, that would keep African Americans or Black Americans from visiting Nigeria, is the fact that, oh, well, they don't like us in the States. That's not it. 4, information about Nigeria to the masses. So here's what it is. Nigeria has such a large population. They have so many people from the diaspora. They pretty much don't really need, in my honest opinion, people from like the other levels of the diaspora to come back to Nigeria, simply because they have so many people as it is in the country and outside of the country. So their diaspora is already the biggest, right? So they have 200 million plus people. They don't need to have a year of return. You know, they already are populated. So they don't need to do that, as, let's say, you know, we see Liberia trying to do that now, Sierra Leone trying to do that now. You see Ghana doing that. These are much smaller countries that could use the influx. Nigeria, really, all they need to do is convince their people to really come back and have an interest in investing into the country. It's not that Nigeria, in my honest opinion, would be against having people coming from the diaspora, because we've seen, you know, some Black stars go there before. We see African Americans go to Nigeria. We've seen somebody like this Dominican American like Cardi B go there. So obviously we know that would be welcome. But Nigeria is probably more focused on, you know, winning their talented doctor staff in, you know, the UK to come home, or all their doctors in America, or all their engineers in America. That would be their focal point, unlike a country.
You on?
Oh my God.
Shout out to the new subscriber.
Elon.
Shout out to O'Shea Duke Jackson. That's actually a very good point I never thought about. Like, the fact that they're already overly populated.
Yeah,
like, we don't. There's no need to have a campaign. There's no need to have a campaign to have more people come in. It makes more sense for them to grab their own people who are successful for them to come back. So that makes a lot of sense. So, yeah.
Like maybe Rwanda, and I'm not saying Rwanda will be doing this, but they're a smaller country, having more people of other diasporas to come in and help develop, whereas Nigeria has a lot of talent everywhere. So they don't really have that need like Sierra Leone is doing, Ghana is doing, to recruit the diaspora back home, because they already have so many people coming back. 5, again, the lack of information. We do know about the culture that Nigeria has as far as the music, the scenery, and things like that. What we don't really know is, you know, how do you do things there? And again, that information is probably not as widespread because of the different concept of winning their own folks home and not necessarily bringing over other people from the diaspora there. right? So that's probably not going to be the problem. But number 6, here's the one criticism that I have of Nigeria. Nigerian visa and embassy issues. Let me tell you, one of the roughest experiences I have ever had in trying to get a visa was at the Nigerian embassy in Uganda. All right? I've heard this many times about Nigerian embassies all over the world. Had a great time in Lagos, had a great time, hanging out on the island. The one criticism that I have and many folks I've talked to is how Nigerian embassies and visa processes work. It is by far very complicated. Not only them, also the Liberian embassy, who hung up on me like 3 times after, shout out to my friend Rory Ure, tried to help me get into the country, right? So those 2 countries' embassies, especially here, it could be better. And I think that's really what's stopping a lot of the people wanting to come and visit. Ghana has an easier process. The East African community has an easier process with visas. Nigerian visa process, I feel like a country that could get more tourism, it could be a lot less difficult. You could pay the money, submit online, you need to have your bank statement, you need to go for an interview, then they let you stay out there like for 4 or 5 hours. The customer service in the embassies are not really that great, and you can still get your visa application rejected. It happened to Rachel. We had to do it all over again, another $150 again. However, once you get into the country, we all know about the Murtala Muhammad Airport, and just Google that, right? But the people are very nice. The immigrants.
What's that? What's that mean?
Let's see what's going on with this airport.
I do not know what that means.
Right, Martello. What do you say?
Mahalo.
Muhammad? Airport. Why is shooting come up? Okay. Closes airport. Runway for me. I mean, it doesn't look the most attractive from the outside. I'll give them that. But yeah, I don't know. What's up with this airport?
Muhammad Airport, and just Google that, right? But the people are very nice. The immigration is very nice. It's a lot of opportunities. It's probably the most in Africa. They have a very huge business class. But I really feel like what's really keeping people from even really visiting Nigeria more is how difficult it takes just to get a visa. It's the hardest visa I've ever applied for, and it took me like a long time to get it. I had to go to the bank. I had to get a signature from the bank.
And it's kind of crazy because he's American.
I'm like, what?
Maybe it's just the fact that he's living in Uganda, but I don't know.
No, but okay, well that could be a thing. But he said he heard that from people all over the world.
Yeah, he did. Yeah, so I know it's hard for like a lot of Africans to travel to African countries.
Like how soon in advance do you have to start that process?
Right. Yeah, I don't know. It seems like it's just very inefficient. But let me see. Visa to Nigeria. Apply online, complete the application, pay the visa fee, print the application payment. Okay. A lot of supporting documents. Now, one thing he said, and this can go to their corruption again too, like even in another video, he said like 90% of the issue with Nigeria is their corruption. What if people like deny your visa just so they can get another $150 fee for you to like reapply? You know what I mean? Like it's like they're on that type time. You know what I mean? Like corruption is a big issue, in some of these African countries, but Nigeria seems to be one of them ones, so.
Bank manager, I had to bring in all of these things. I had to get a letter from a Nigerian citizen to be able to even come. Then, you don't even know if you're gonna get the visa. And Nigerian embassies, from what they say, can be quite rude to certain individuals. So, yes, we've had an experience where we had our application rejected. I had to pay $150 over again. So I think that's the one only thing. If their visa processes were a little bit more, I would say more like Kenya or more like Uganda, yeah, I think a lot more people will go to Nigeria, and possibly the first step is going to visit and to move. I think if you visit, you're gonna like what you see. When I was there, I ended up going to the Hard Rock Cafe in Lagos on the island.
You can't go to no American ass restaurant while you in Nigeria.
It's, you know, a lot of times those places, like, even though they got the American stuff, they have like different menus and stuff like that. It tastes different and stuff, but yeah, I don't know.
I'm like super against getting anything out of town that I can have at home.
Yeah, I agree.
I feel the same way about restaurants. Like, well, I'm not going to order spaghetti because I can make spaghetti.
I don't want to order spaghetti unless I'm going to Italy and I'm going to get spaghetti in Italy or something like that.
I'm not going to eat spaghetti in there.
That's what the birthplace of it. You know
I
what
don't give a fuck.
Like, I would like to try pizza.
I like nigga spaghetti. I don't know if I'm going to like their spaghetti.
Right, yeah. Yeah. That spaghetti sounds good right now. Anyway.
Was great. I mean, I was able to get everything that I wanted to get. You know, you can get your Tom Ford cologne there. You can get your Cold Stone creamy ice cream. You can get Burger King. I mean, all of the goods. If you're a lady, you like hair supplies. It's much cheaper in Nigeria than it is in Uganda. Everything you can get there. There's nothing that you can't get. You want to live any quality of life, it's there. Listen, it's a monster, right? A lot of opportunity.
Shout out to Lord Williamson in the comments, man. You got anything to say? You got anything to say, Carmen?
I thought you was probably told that before. I was the first person. Take it as a compliment, honestly. I mean, if it helps, maybe. I didn't think it was gonna get back to you.
Yo, shout out to Lord Williamson in the chat right now, y'all. Like, all the people in the live, all the people that's tuned into the video. Make sure you guys check out Lord Williamson's videos on YouTube, man. One of the best YouTube travel vloggers out there right now, man. Shit is fire.
Definitely one of the best ones I've seen in a while.
A long time, yeah, for sure.
Going on in Nigeria, but again, I think that those things are what stops the diaspora from being more interested. And I do feel if they do have, you know, a little bit more of an easier way to get into the country, I don't think they need to even reduce the fee. People would pay it if it was just more easier to get. You know, if you could do like a visa online, something like that, I think it'd be better. But guys, what do you think? What's stopping Black Americans or the diasporans from considering Nigeria over Ghana? Let me know in the comments. We're out.
All right, round of applause. Very, very interesting video. I was very curious and like trying to figure out why not a lot of us go over there. And you know, his biggest thing was the visa issue. Mm-hmm. But honestly, it could be just a collaboration of all, you know, of all the things that he mentioned. You know what I mean? I think it's interesting, like he mentioned the population part, but they're also working on Echo Atlantic, which is designed for more tourism.
Yeah, that's what I'm like.
So it's like
that's working backwards.
Yeah, so I don't know. Very,
but
very
I definitely did not know that the visa thing was such a big issue, or it was so they were very anal about it, because we over here like, yeah, we gonna go to Daddy December. Like, how did all these niggas get there?
Right. Well,
how long in advance?
People be planning for Daddy December. I ain't gonna lie now. Type shit. Like, it's February, March, April. They planning on Daddy December already. Like, the prices, the flights to get over there already dumb expensive. How, like, rents and stuff like that for Airbnb, expensive. But I think for most Nigerians go back to Daddy December in Nigeria, where I see more people in the diaspora, like in America, going to Daddy December in Ghana. You know what I mean?
Oh.
So, like, Ghana, like, you know, Ghana and Nigeria is always going to be competition because they see each other as big brother, little brother, and they're so close to each other. But when it comes to what I've seen, I just see more people in the diaspora, Black Americans, going to Ghana over Nigeria.
Okay. So. And I'm over here talking about we could take a little train over to. They said
Right.
this,
They're like,
I'm going to stop you right there.
We need about a ban for you to enter this country.
And a band to get out.
A ban to get out is crazy. I'll call the orange man on you. I'm telling the orange man on you.
Like, nope, I don't believe that you're not from there.
I don't know you.
As a matter of fact, I wanted you to go back to your country anyway.
Shout out to Renegade. He said, getting a land in Nigeria depends on where you want to stay. You can buy a plot of land in my town in Osun State for $500, and that's me trying to make it sound better. $500 is 800,000 in Naira. Ghana removed 2 zeros from their currency to make it look good, but in actual facts, everything is double compared to Naira. Okay. So they're saying that, when it comes to this getting plot of land, you can get it very affordable. And that goes for the other guy, too. I want to find his channel. I'm going to do my due diligence to find that channel. We'll do it in another episode because I want to know more about him, the video that we saw from Esther. But, yeah. This was a very interesting video. I want to know more. Shout out to all the Nigerians in the chat. Shout out to all the Nigerians that are going to be in the comments. I already know you guys are going to set it straight in the comments. I'm going to be reading it. I'm going to definitely be reading all the comments and replying to y'all's messages because I know y'all don't play. What do y'all think is the reason why most people in the diaspora are not coming to Nigeria compared to Ghana or South Africa or Kenya? Or do you guys believe that we come out there just as much as all the other African countries? Let me know. But yeah, man. I think that's going to do it for tonight's episode. Shout out to you guys for tuning in. This was a fun one. You know what I mean? We got a lot of mixture in it. We got some of the Caribbean in there. Shout out to Grenada. We got Ghana. We got Nigeria.
We got some good knowledge, some good gems.
Yeah. I felt like I learned a lot this episode, man. I also so next episode, I'm gonna be dedicating this one. I'm gonna already start looking for videos. We're gonna do Ethiopia next week, next episode, y'all. Ethiopia needs to happen. The only African country to not be colonized by the Europeans. They have an amazing, rich culture. I want to learn more. So if you guys know of any videos that you guys suggest that we check out, make sure you put it in the comments. Send me a DM. Let me know. Definitely want to tap in. Yeah, man. And then you already know we got to get back to South Africa, too. We got some good content. I wanted to show you this, Carmen. The next time we do a South Africa video, where is it? Walter Maya went to a no black allowed town in South Africa.
What?
Yeah.
What?
Yeah. Don't worry, I got
what?
You.
What?
What the fuck?
Huh?
Yeah.
How is anything not black in the country of black?
So this is so South Africa.
Well, no. The continent of black.
Right. But that's the thing.
What?
There's a lot of different, like South Africa is probably the closest country in Africa to understand what like discrimination, civil issues that we dealt with in America, like they dealt with there. The only thing is it's flipped. It's majority black there, but the white population still ruled most of the stuff. And now it's
exterminate.
All right, guys. Thank you, guys. Tune into our Patreon.
Oh yeah.
We're comedians. Shout out to Lord. He said, "Just left Ethiopia." Lord, I need to see the Ethiopian vlog, bro. You know what? I might have to hold off on the Ethiopian
I was
episode.
about to say just so we could react to it.
Yeah, so we because I gotta see what you did in Ethiopia, man. He had a lot of high hope. What's up, bro? What's up, man? Studio Wayside. Shout out to Antonio Wayside, man, owner of the Studio Wayside, the building around the car. Global Tracer. Next episode should be Cape Verde, Steven's video. We did actually, because We gotta do justice to the African islands, y'all. We gotta do justice to the African islands. We did Mauritius, we did Seychelles, and
I didn't know that Seychelles was gonna break my heart like that.
Yeah, I didn't know either. I feel like Seychelles, it could be either a hit or miss, but Mauritius is definitely the one that's just like, they just super racist, like from what I've seen.
Ooh.
Yeah. But Cape Verde, I think is a beautiful island as well too. We should definitely check it out. That's on the western side in the Atlantic Ocean. A whole different vibe. You know what I mean? So beautiful.
I'm stuck on no blacks allowed. Like,
yeah.
what'd you say to me, boy?
Yeah, I'm yo, the next South Africa video is gonna be fire. I already know it's gonna be fire. All right, guys, thank you guys so much for tuning in to another episode of the Top Hill Live. This is your boy, Mr. Top Hill Live, aka E Money Boss,
and I'm the Carmen,
and we out. Peace.
revisit this whole album.
Hill, top, hill.